Hello and welcome to True Inspiration. And I am Dr. Tashna Walsh, and I have been promising to do a video on the chakras. And though I am not an expert in the area, but I use them all the time when I do my meditations and some of my teachings. So I'd like to share with you a few tips on recognizing whether you're out of alignment, your energy centers are out of alignment. That's so another name for the energy centers is the chakras. So whether they're out of alignment or they need a boost of energy, because when they don't have enough energy, parts of your body starts depleting. So basically the chakras are the levels at which the neurons from different parts of the body come together, conglomerate together, and the energy that they form, that they create from their interconnectedness, they create this energy field around those parts of your body. I have drawn a picture here for you to look at. It's not perfect, but this is my picture, okay? And these are the chakras, these are the energy centers. So when those neurons come together from various parts of the body, they create energy in these areas, just below the surface of your body. Okay, so they can tell, you can tell, when you close your eyes and you go within, you can tell when one is locked up and one isn't when you start focusing on the flow of the energy through them. And so I'm going to go through them one by one so you can understand what they represent and how to decipher whether you need some sort of meditation to realign the chakra or you need to give them some more energy, because there are meditations that are there that you can use to do that, which I use. And I use it initially to not just change my mindset, but to heal my body. And when these are aligned and when the energies are big inside them, the body heals really effectively, really efficiently, protects you, takes care of you, because it's all about the energy. And when we're talking about in one of the other videos about eating foods, eating the right foods also helps and participates in the whole of this chakra and energy center and its function. Okay, so we'll start with the first chakra, which is the root. It's called the root chakra. It's called something fancy in the Eastern world, but I'm not going to go into what it's called because I haven't really learned it on that sort of level where I know the mudras. Okay, so the first energy center, the root center, is located in the perineum. Okay, so between the bum and the sexual organ. It's right in there, and it basically is it's associated with the base of the spine, so right down the bottom, and also the legs, the bum, the immune system, the large intestine, and also the teeth are linked with it somehow. Okay, I don't really know the details of that, but it's one of the things I'm learning. But right now, you just need to know the basics. Okay, so things like any sort of emotional issues that you may have locked up in this area. You may have, say, for example, feeling of insecurities, group safety, the ability to provide for your life's necessities, ability to stand up for yourself. So this is one that keeps you grounded, keeps you firm and strong in your resolve. So if you feel a little bit wavery, like you don't have that, then you probably need to work on that root chakra, get some more energy in it and make sure it's in alignment, because sometimes the energy of it can be over to one side or to the other side, and it needs to be centered, and they all should be lined up on top of each other. Even though my diagram is not perfect, they should be lined up on top of each other, and the energy should be maxed out, as big as it can get. Okay, they all should be about the same size. And what else? So if you have a possible block in this area, you might be feeling guilt. A lot of people feel guilt, and they hold that energy of guilt in that area. And sometimes people even fear for their lives, or the fear of being alive is associated with this area as well. We move on to the second chakra, which is called the sacral chakra, or the second energy center. And in the this is basically located 2 inches below the belly button. Okay. And this area is where also guilt is also stored in here. So people who hold on to guilt and blame and shame will hold a lot of energy in this area. Also, problems with money is also associated here. So people with low back pain, because this area supports low back. So you find a lot of times people come in with low back issues. It's also linked with their financial and their creativity. So, you know, as a chiropractor, people used to come into the clinic all the time, and most people, it's low back pain. Some people it's neck pain. Some people it's some sort of extremity or headaches. But most of the low back pain, if you really dig deep into what's going on with them, there's always some issue around financial insecurity, problems with security or ethics, or feeling dishonored or dishonorable within relationships. That sort of thing. And so the body parts that's associated with that energy goes to supply is the womb, the genitals, the low vertebrae, like I said, the low back, the pelvis, appendix, bladder, the hips, and the kidneys. Okay, maybe one. Okay, so that is the second energy center. The third energy center, there, look at it in my picture here, the solar plexus. You know, people talk about this all the time. You know, your solar plexus, you feel good in your solar plexus, you feel strong in your solar plexus. Is your solar plexus feeling uneasy? You get a gut feeling. A lot of the times it's in here that you feel it, right? In that solar plexus. And that is, and they're all associated with different colors. And I won't go into the details of the colors. That's red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, navy blue, and a purple. And the colors have some sort of information, and they're also associated with the elements, but I won't go into the details of all of those because it gets a bit too complicated. Just keep it nice and simple. So the solar plexus is 2 inches above the navel, and it is associated with the abdomen, the stomach, the upper intestine, the liver and gallbladder, spleen, and the middle part of the spine. Okay, so most of them, when you think about it logically, they're supplying that part of the body. So whatever organs are lying in alignment with them in that area of the body, that's what they are supplying energy to. And the energy also is being feedback from that energy back from that area back into your nervous system, you know, so that you get the effects of what it's saying. So what are the emotions that you might be locked up in here, or the issues? You might get trust issues, you know, that feeling, I'm not so sure. I say always trust your gut. That's where it comes from. And so fear, intimidation, self-esteem, self-confidence, that kind of stuff is locked up in here. So if you don't have self-confidence and somebody said to you, you've got to make this presentation, suddenly you feel it in here. In here, you start, you know, your heart starts racing and you feel a really big knot in here. So caring for yourself and others as well, you know, not feeling that you're responsible enough to make decisions and have that resolve and that strength and that, well, confidence to do that. And people with, this is also called, you know, the area where your willpower comes from. So, you know, got your resolve, you feel confident, you're going to do it, you've made a decision, you're going with it. So people who has depletion in this area or misalignment may also not like it when people challenge their self-honor. So they, if you're one of those people that feel like when you get challenged, you want to fight back, or there's some imbalance going on in the third chakra. Okay, let's move on to the fourth, which is your heart chakra. Okay, and that's green. And like my heart here. And this basically is right under the chest, right in the center of the chest, right under the chest bone here. And it's, well, the heart and the pericardium, the circulatory system, the shoulders and the arms. This is what the heart supplies. The breasts, the chest area, the diaphragm, the ribs, so all the muscles and around in and around that area. So when we are challenged in this area, we get, well, if your heart is wide open and the energy is loud and big, then you feel love. You feel just love and connectedness to everything and everyone. But when it's closed and it's deficient and the energy is not shining through, the energy is too small and depleted, then you experience resentment and grief is locked up in here, self-centeredness, selfishness, loneliness, unforgiveness, lack of compassion, and just feeling despondent and not trusting. Because again, trust comes from the heart just as much as the solar plexus. So you're not trusting, and just a bit of hopelessness, sadness. You know what that feels like when your heart center is locked down. You just like don't trust anyone. Everything is arm's length, and your compassion, your ability to be compassionate is kind of waned. But when the opposite is true, you have big heart, you're compassionate, you want to give, you're grateful, you're loving, you're kind, and all of that amazing stuff. So the next one is the throat chakra, which is here, right in the throat, right here. And the color is light blue. It looks like a white, but it's a light blue. And anything you speak out, anything you speak out, this is the area that's associated with that because it's coming through the throat and out the mouth. So this is associated with all the glands around this area, which is the thyroid and the parathyroid areas. And also when you have sort of any holding on to any stress, it's the strength of will and not having a voice, feeling you don't have the personal power to create and also addictions and judgment and all of that is locked up in the throat chakra, and choices and the ability to follow your dreams. So if you're feeling like you can't verbalize, you can't seem to allow things to happen for you, a lot of it can be locked up in this area of your energy centers in the throat. When I do my affirmations, it's usually the throat chakra is associated with the affirmation of I speak. Whatever I speak into my reality. So be wary of that. If you are speaking negative and things that are not good, then you might want to check that because that might not be serving you like it should. And the third eye chakra, which is the sixth energy center. Here. So the sixth energy center is the third eye chakra, which is indigo or blue. And it's like a dark blue. And it's basically the third eye. Yeah. And the affirmations that you use when you use this energy center and you're creating energy and alignment is I see, because it's your third eye. It's where all the what do you call it, the self-evaluation and the truth, when anything to do with intellectual truth, and when you're in touch with that emotional intelligence that comes through here. And also some people, Joe Dispenza teaches that it's like a veil of this reality and the next. So the things that you want to bring forward into this reality, you bring through the third eye chakra. And so this is associated with your brain, your nervous system, the eyes and the ears and the nose, and also associated with the pineal gland. Well, it's the pineal gland that actually creates the third eye. And the pineal gland is just at the back of the head, sort of buried in the crux of the brain. And when you stimulate that, it stimulates the third eye, and you being able to see into the future, and all those mystical stuff that happens, and you hear about people seeing things and experiencing these things. That's where they can go to experience those. If you're doing like those third eye meditations and opening up that chakra, it can bring you into all kinds of different dimensions. So this is the path to all of that, which I'm not going to go into details about, but it's quite intriguing if you want to go and read about it. And so I told you feelings of inadequacy, openness to the ideas of others, ability to learn from your experience, emotional intelligence, all of that kind of stuff. So having the capacity to look within yourself, and just work things through, see a different aspect, a different way of looking at things. This is a very good center to keep open, so you can actually be, you can be one with everything quite easily, without any challenges. And so that's the sixth energy center. And the seventh chakra, seventh energy center, is the crown chakra. Okay, they call it the crown because it's sort of sat on top of the head, right on top and on the center. It's about 6, I think, is it 6 inches or 6 centimeters above. And the color here I've got is purple, but sometimes some people have it as gold or white because it's where you're connected to universal intelligence, the universe, to God, to the source, to the force, whatever you call that power. That's where we get connected. It's from the crown. And the gland is the pituitary gland, which is basically up your nose and right down in the back there of your nose, under the brain. So that's a gland it's connected to. And when this center is open and functioning and the energy is vast, then there is an element of sacredness, an element of reverence, an element of openness to all that there is. You trust life, you trust people when it's open. Your courage, because you're connected to the source, so you fear nothing. But when it's closed, of course, you don't have that courage. Is the reverse. And the ability to see the larger things, see things in different ways, so people can bicker over little tiny things, but you've got the ability to look inside and see it in a bigger way, and see the meaning behind it and the purpose of it, because there's always a deeper purpose in any sort of conflict or hardship or deep experiences. And it's associated with faith, obviously, because when you have faith, you're purely connected. You know that you're connected. You have no doubt. You know that God is got my back. The universe has got my back, regardless of what's happening, whether it looks good or it looks bad. I know that I'm held and I'm taken care of. And so, yes, that faith is strong when this area is wide and open. And so, yes, it's linked deeply to spirituality and devotion. And yeah, so those are the 7 chakras. When I talk about energy alignment and getting those energy in alignment is super important, because they're linking to parts of your body that are holding on to certain kinds of stresses that you need to be able to go within, feel them out, release them, and embody something new. And embodying something new and a new energy, a new vibration, you then fill those areas up with light and vibrant energy. So things like, if you're closing your eyes and you're meditating and you're focusing on your, I start from the bottom up. So if you're focusing on your root chakra, which is this one here, and you bring your focus to that area. Just close your eyes, bring your focus to that area, and try to feel the energy that's swirling around there. Just feel any energy. And sometimes you might not feel any energy. You might just feel a stuckness, a block, and just feel a blob. But it takes a little while. Just try to just let the outside world go and get inside yourself, get inside your body, get to know the inside of your body and what it feels like. And the more you practice, the better. Because then when something isn't right, when something, an energy field that is negative towards you come to you, your energy field will respond and it will say, hey, you're disrupting the balance. So it's important to go inside and feel what the energy is like. And if it feels like it needs more energy, all you have to do is focus on gratitude, focus on love, focus on joy, and feel the energy building, building, building. And you feel the energy because the energy kind of, it can grow. It grows outside of your body. Okay, which is why you get that energy field around you. Once you've filled that energy center up completely, you can, you just feel amazing. You feel amazing. So try it. I've got a few meditations online, and one of them is for what is it, for sleep? I think it's for sleep, to have a really restful, sound night's sleep. But you can find meditations anywhere. You can find loads of them on YouTube. So you can go and use those and basically clear out your chakras one by one, feeling what it feels like, and then feeling the energy in and around it, in it and around it, and then basically creating more energy. And the thing is, the first time I did this meditation, I opened my eyes from the meditation after I did the whole thing, and then felt the energy around myself and made it bigger and more powerful, and just magnified it to the most I could. When I woke up, I couldn't stop laughing because the energy of joy was so potent. I just laughed and I laughed and I laughed. And I've been to seminars where people have experienced the same effect. Once their energy center is all filled up, you just fill yourself up with joy. Everything is brighter. And the more you do it, the stronger it becomes. And they start holding that pattern, and you'll be able to tell when they need revitalizing, rejuvenating, and a bit more boost, because their energy, there are people out there that are, their energy center is really small, and they're the ones that are going to be sucking on your energy when your energy is big. So it's important that you have to keep filling yourself up, because the world is full of negativity, which steals our energy over time based on what we're looking at, what we're focusing on, and where we're at, the environment we're in, and so on and so forth. Now, I hope that is clear. Again, if you have any questions, please ask, and leave a comment if you like this video. And if you want more like this, let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed, please press that subscribe button, so all the videos that I produce, you will have them first and foremost as they come out. Thank you again for listening. This is Thashna from Thashna Walsh Lifestyle Therapy and Coaching. You can find me on www.thashnawalsh.com, and that site is listed below. Again, any questions, any comments, any ideas, any questions you want answering via video, let me know and I will do my best to put that together for you. This was from the request of, I think it was Sheila. But there you go, Sheila. If it was you, it could have been somebody else. But yes, thank you for requesting, and I hope this helps to make everything clear as I'm explaining and teaching through the other videos that I've done so far and the ones that I do in the future. Okay, thanks again for staying tuned, and I'll see you next time.